All right, good afternoon, everybody, or morning. It's only 11 a.m. Central, and so we stopped out of our zero DTE trade. Today's trade was, I knew it was gonna be tough when we got into it, but the setup was there, and we'll discuss it as well. But you can see even since entering the trade, we're still just sideways, getting super tight. Getting my pin here, right? Super. There we go. All right, let's talk about the trade, what happened, what we did, and what we could have done better. All right, so first off, what was the trade? So once again, this was a Delta 30 25 wide credit spread. So you see, I sold the 4,000 call, but the 40.25 sold it for $4.10 and closed it for 550. Equaling me a total net loss of $140. Yeah, managed risk. Setup wasn't there. Setup changed, and that's what we'll talk about now. Like what changed? Why did we hop out so quickly? You see, we were in it for not very long, barely 10 minutes or so. But yeah, let's talk about it. Why did we get in? Why did we get out? And if we look at it now, it's still just chopping. It might have worked out, but you never know with the way the squeeze could build up and pop up higher. And I'm not one to sit around and just hope it works out. It's either going to work or it doesn't. And there's something else to be said. If the reasons you got into a trade changed, there's nothing wrong with getting out of the trade. Nothing wrong with that at all. So let's talk about the trade setup. So we'll go from left to right. So over here, you see in the larger time frames, there is a 30-minute high compression squeeze. Too bad I blocked it right there, but it was turning dark blue, looking to shift red to the downside. Most of the trend rotation is negative. You can see how we hit the 5 EMA and it was looking like it was going to continue lower. Potentially, all I wanted it to do was come back down, hit maybe this 39.75 level. And you see the high-low pro is still down negative. So that's big picture. So that still has me leaning to the negative side, just like the plan of attack said. I said I wanted to only play the short side. And then from there, just wait for the setup within the short side. All right, so from there, we did on the volatility, right? It came down here, spiked up, hit the 5, and started to get sell signals. And I was like, okay, so we got our dots and arrows. And then when price broke the VWAP and 30-minute 21 EMA, I was watching it, and then this when I went over to my 1-minute time frame. So this is the spike up. It pulled back, and whenever it flushed below and rallied and started to stall here, I was like, okay, let's take our entry. We're going to sell the rally on the lower time frame in the context of these larger time frames continue to the downside. So that was really it. And then we also have high-low sell signals as well. So that was it. Big picture over here, negative. We retested, started to break those key moving averages. We rallied, shorted that little rally, looking for a continuation lower. Now, so that was the trigger into the trade. Hopefully that makes sense. If it did not make sense, by all means, let me know. And now, why did I stop out? All right, so stopped out because simply the trade changed, the setup changed, as I call it, the story changed. So here's what it turned into afterwards, right? So here's that entry. Here's where we got out. You see the difference? Entry, got out. Entry, got out. You get the point. All right, so let's talk about some things that changed. All right, so the high compression squeeze did start to turn bullish again. See the light blue right there? The high-low did start to move higher. Everything started to look like it was holding, and we started to print an arrow right here as well. So that dip and retest, all that was a consolidation, and then we reclaimed these moving averages. These moving averages I was looking to hold as support, as resistance as the move to go lower. But everything changed. The trend rotation started to go bullish. We started to print a high-low. We reclaimed those key moving averages and spiked up. So therefore, it took the quick loss because to me, this tells me the story is no longer accurate. The move lower is not going to happen. and the squeeze is going bullish. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we're going to pop higher, and I don't want to be caught in the face of that. And we can even look at it now. Like, what does it look like now? It's still just sideways. I mean, in the end, would the trade have worked out? Maybe, but I'm not trading on maybes. I'm trading a setup. The setup was the break of these key moving averages and looking for a continuation move lower. I didn't want to be caught up in a move going against me continuously. So the story changed, setup changed, and it's just a tricky day to trade. And sometimes day trading gets tricky, super tight. We'll see if we flush or go higher. But really, no telling, to be 100% honest. Kind of a tricky day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helped. But that is it. And I'll do a quick click through here again. So, like I said, looking for it to rally back lower based off of this key stuff. Oh, yeah, I guess you could also pause the movie. I don't have to go back through all this. And then this is what it looked like at the end. So I hope you found it helpful. And we'll see what unfolds tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.